Good day, everyone. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Ned's Healing Sanctuary. Today is the second episode in the series of applying spirituality into our daily lives. And today's focus is on forgiveness. Um, so, as I mentioned in the first in the series, it's important to me to give you tools and tips to be able to apply spiritual topics into your daily lives in terms of applying it. Because having information is great, um, but just like having other complex information that you can't really use, it's not really helpful. So I thought it would be helpful to be able to share techniques that you can implement in your daily lives to be more loving, more forgiving, um, and more positive. All right, so let's get started. All right, so forgiveness can begin with your morning intention setting. So set intentions to be forgiving when you first wake up. So start with self forgiveness. And so you can begin your day by consciously forgiving any past mistakes that you perceived that you've done, and also any negative self talk that you engage in. So you may be able to say something like, I forgive myself for um, talking down to someone, or I forgive myself for not believing in I forgive myself for not believing in myself, right? To be able to do something. And I release any self judgment. Okay. So these are the things that you can do to alleviate guilt that might be building up in your subconscious. Okay. This all goes back to making you healthier and happier, right? So this is very important. Also, be open to forgiving others. Set the intention to approach any potential grievance with an open heart. So keep an open mind at the beginning of your day about anything that may come up that may cause you to, harbor negative feelings towards someone, right? So you could say something like, "Today, I'm open to forgiving those that may wrong me, and I understand that their actions likely stem from their own pain." So don't just perceive or see what's happening um, as the end result, right? There's a lot going on beneath that. So they're not projecting their anger necessarily at you, right? It's coming potentially from pain they're feeling, right? That's the only way they're projecting out is because they're feeling it. It may or may not have been initiated by you. So remember to take that perspective, and it helps to understand that they're not attacking you specifically, so you don't retaliate. Okay, it's important not to retaliate when you have these kinds of negative confrontations. Okay, so during interactions, use the reset button. So this is very helpful when you feel, the blood start to boil, the negativity starting to rise, even during a conversation. Somebody's just starting to really push your buttons. So push your own button, the reset button. Okay. What is the reset button? Well, when you feel that irritation, judgment setting in, you judging them, right? Anger rising. Okay. If you're sitting in traffic or you're at work having a conversation, someone is being very critical of you or any work that you've done, or in a personal relationship with your family or friends, pause. Okay. When you feel that negativity begin, irritation is rising, just pause, take a deep breath, just like you do when you meditate. Okay. And say this internally or silently: I release this judgment or anger. I choose to forgive. Okay. So it's not about excusing the behavior that's causing this, right? It's about releasing your attachment to the negative emotion. That's what we're trying to do. Okay. You're letting the negative emotion flow out, away from you, because harboring it is only going to make you unhealthy, unhappy, irritable. Okay. So let the attachment to that negative emotion flow. So feel it, release it, and then refocus. Okay, so try that next time you have a situation where your blood starts to boil, you're getting angry, hit the pause button before you say anything. Okay, take a deep breath. Doesn't matter if that person is watching you or not. They can learn. Okay. I release this judgment or anger. I choose to forgive. That's what you should do. Okay. This would help a lot of people, including myself. All right. Another thing you can do during interactions is understanding other perspectives. So step into the other person's shoes. Try to understand what they've been going through that may have led them to this point where they're causing your blood to boil, or they're making you angry or irritable. Okay. Just know that everybody's on their own path and everybody's going at their own pace, right? Not everybody's where you are, and they're not going in the same direction potentially. Some may be going in the opposite direction of you. So just know that they're doing the best they can. See, this is empathizing with them, putting yourself in their shoes often will lead to understanding where they're coming from and forgiving them. All right? Because you're not having the same experience as them. So you may not know what caused them to get here. Right? Sometimes even asking them, well, what makes you feel this way? Right? Dig deeper. That'll give you a better understanding of what has led to this. Releasing past grievances during your day. So if a past hurt comes up during the day, so it's like you uncovered the bandage, then visualize releasing it again, right? If it comes up again, that means somebody has triggered it, or you have triggered it in your own mind, right? Through some activity or action that has happened that may have been similar to that other one, right? Or somebody brought it up, right? Either way, you're reliving it. So that means it's bothering you. So let it go. So first visualize it, then visualize releasing it, okay? And then seeing it go away. And then affirm to yourself, I release this burden. I choose peace. Okay? This is what will calm you down. And this is what is building a habit to behaving this way. Okay? Interacting this way. And that way you'll prevent those boilovers from happening. And you'll be able to release emotions instead of getting them stuck. So also, before you go to bed, review and release. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't want that plaque to build up on your emotions, right? So when you go to bed, before you sleep, review your day. Were there any moments you held on to resentment or judgment? Is anything still clinging to you that went on during the day? If so, consciously release it. Okay? Forgive yourself for any reactions that you were not proud of or that did not go the way you wanted to. And then this will clear the slate so you can start new tomorrow. Right? And remember, releasing those emotions that are stuck in you, all you have to do is relive them. And the pain only lasts as long as that moment. Right? Bring it to mind, understand why it's there, acknowledge it. Thank you. Let it go. Let the ship sail. It was Socrates who said, the unexamined life is not worth living. This is why we're reflecting. All right. So to summarize, shift your thoughts and actions and emotions to be more forgiving. Okay. Consciously make the effort. So this will make sure that you don't have any energy blocks in your energy centers, the chakras. Remember, that was the source of ill health, illness, okay? Sickness is those blockages in the certain chakras that we had discussed earlier. So make sure that you are releasing them every night. Nothing is stuck. And remember that you're not condoning behavior, negative behavior, by not reacting to it, not retaliating. All you're doing is removing the emotional attachment you have to the negative emotions. And let the universe handle the retaliation through karma. Okay? You don't have to be the police of the universe or even your own police. If somebody does something wrong to you, it's okay. Let the universe handle it. Because if you try to handle it, chances are you're going to overreact and dig a deeper hole. All right? So just know that nothing is unseen in the universe. Nothing. Okay? And every person will receive whatever they deserve, good or bad. All right? So let the universe handle um, the karmic reactions. So that goes back to don't retaliate, right? You don't have to deliver karma. Let the universe take care of it. Liberate yourself from resentment, anger, and victimhood. So those feelings are choices that you make. You choose to be angry. You choose to feel victimized. Those are choices. So choose not to feel that way. Choose not to be resentful. Okay? Stay on the positive side, on the forgiving side, on the loving side, and then everything else will take care of itself. I promise you. So the negative thoughts and emotions, they're on the lower end of the vibration scale. And that will stop you from growing spiritually, from arriving at where we want to get to, which is enlightenment. All right? So incorporating spirituality, we talked about it as well in the loving, incorporating love slide or episode, but consistency versus intensity, right? Small acts daily are better than one act every 2 weeks or 3 weeks that may be larger. Bring awareness, right? Conscious awareness throughout your day of forgiveness, which we did that with intention setting. I am going to forgive anyone that may wrong me. Set the tone. Okay? Patience and compassion to yourself. So if you slip up, you don't react the way you want during the day, that's all right. You're going to get other opportunities. Okay? Learn from it. If you have to apologize to someone, do it. It's okay. And move on. Intuition. If any of these practices, resonate more than others, then use those more than others. Okay? Whatever feels good to you. And then don't judge. All right? Yourself or others. Because everybody's coming from a different place. They all have different experiences than you. And you don't have all the information. Just know that. Especially if it's karmic. If it's a karmic interaction, chances are this goes back lifetimes. So there's no way either of you could understand what really is at play here. So it's not safe to retaliate. Okay? So this is our goal, the path to enlightenment. Living in alignment with God or our higher self. How do you do that? Be positive in your thoughts, your actions, and your emotions. One flows to the next. Be kind and forgive yourself and others. Be authentic. Act out of love for everything. Okay? Make sure that your intentions are pure. So living in alignment will allow you, when your vibration gets high enough, to manifest your own reality. What you want to happen, what you believe should happen, will happen. Okay? You're bringing it to life yourself. And this is due to the law of attraction, the universal law of attraction. So what you focus on will become reality in divine timing. All right? This all, living in alignment with God and higher self, will reduce guilt and stress. So you're going to be healthier and happier and have an easier time in your life. And living in alignment with God and higher self will eventually empty your karma jar. So remember, we talked about every time you resolve karma, you can take a stone out of your jar and toss it outside. And every time you instigate new karma, you have to pick up a stone from outside and put it in your jar. Well, living in alignment with God or higher self or higher power will empty your karma jar. It's just a matter of time. And when that happens, then you're free of any karmic ties to this world. And that means your vibrational frequency is very high. You're on the verge, if not already enlightened. And what enlightenment is inner peace, compassion, and love. And then you'll also become aware of new spiritual powers that you never thought you had, right? Psychic powers, potentially. And with this firm belief in yourself and these newfound powers, you can positively change the world, one mind at a time, or millions of minds at a time in this day and age. Okay? So that brings us to the end of the forgiveness episode. Remember, you can find Ned's Healing Sanctuary on all of these apps and streaming platforms. And please share this video with others if you feel it would help them. Okay, thanks for supporting me. Thanks for spending some time with me today. We'll catch you soon. Take care.